God says, your soulmate is facing a decision that will change everything. Don't scroll. Seriously, don't scroll past this. Because if this message found you right now, it's not random. And your heart needs this right now more than you realize. Listen to this. Take a breath with me for a moment and really hear these words. Because this message is for you. God wants you to know that something powerful is unfolding behind the scenes of your life. Something you cannot fully see yet, but something your soul has been sensing for a while now. There is a person connected to your destiny, your soulmate. And right now, they are standing in front of a decision that will change everything between you. You may have felt their energy lately. Maybe out of nowhere you started thinking about them again. Yeah, maybe their name popped into your mind at the strangest time. Maybe you woke up at 3:33 in the morning and couldn't fall back asleep. Don't scroll. Listen to this. These are not coincidences. The universe has been sending signals because a spiritual shift is happening in your soulmate's life at this exact moment. And even if they haven't reached out yet, even if things have been quiet, their heart has not been quiet at all. Your heart needs this right now because what they are going through is bigger than you think. For a long time, your soulmate tried to ignore the connection they feel with you. They told themselves it was timing. They told themselves life was complicated. They told themselves maybe it was just a moment. But something changed recently, and now they can't push it away anymore. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Like God has been nudging their spirit over and over again. Little signs started appearing in their daily life, the kind of signs people usually brush off, but the kind that become impossible to ignore when your soul is awakening. Angel numbers began appearing everywhere. 111 on a receipt, 222 on the clock, 444 on a license plate right in front of them while they were driving. At first they tried to laugh it off, but every time those numbers appeared, a strange feeling settled in their chest, like the universe was whispering something they weren't ready to hear yet. And somehow, every time those numbers showed up, their thoughts drifted back to you. This message is for you, so don't scroll. Your soulmate has been having moments lately where they suddenly stop and realize that their life doesn't feel the same anymore. Yeah, the things that once distracted them don't hold their attention the way they used to. Conversations feel shallow. Routine feels empty. And the reason is something they're just beginning to understand. Their soul remembers you. Now listen to this carefully, because your heart needs this right now. When two souls are meant to connect in a powerful way, the universe doesn't just bring them together randomly. It prepares them. It awakens them. Sometimes that awakening feels beautiful, and sometimes it feels confusing, even painful. Your soulmate has been in that awakening phase recently. Late at night, when everything around them becomes quiet, your presence enters their mind again. They remember things you said. They remember the way they felt around you. Yeah, they remember how something about your connection felt different from anything they've experienced before. Don't scroll. Listen to this. They tried to bury those thoughts at first. They tried to focus on responsibilities, routines, expectations from other people. But the more they tried to silence their feelings, the louder their soul became. And here's something you might not know. Lately, they've been asking themselves questions they never asked before. Questions about love. questions about destiny, questions about whether the life they're living is truly the life their heart wants. This message is for you, because somehow, without even realizing it, you became the mirror that showed them those questions. And that realization has been shaking something deep inside them. Your heart needs this right now, so don't scroll. Something else has been happening too. Dreams. Your soulmate has been having vivid dreams recently, the kind that feel too real to dismiss when they wake up. Dreams where they see you, or feel your presence, or experience a moment with you that feels strangely peaceful. They wake up confused, sometimes even emotional, because the feeling lingers long after the dream ends, and when that happens, they try to push it away again. They tell themselves they're imagining things. They tell themselves it's just their mind wandering. But the truth is something their spirit already knows. This connection was never just in their imagination. Listen to this carefully, because the universe wants you to hear it. Your soulmate is facing a moment where they must decide whether to follow what feels safe or follow what feels true. And that decision is not easy for them. There are layers to their life you might not fully see. Responsibilities, expectations, maybe even other relationships that once felt stable. But something about you disrupted that stability in the most unexpected way. Not because you tried to change them, but because your energy reminded them who they truly are. Don't scroll. This message is for you. When someone meets their true soulmate, it doesn't always happen at the perfect time. Sometimes it happens when life is messy, when emotions are complicated, when choices feel impossible. But that's exactly why the connection becomes so powerful, because it forces both souls to grow. Your soulmate has been feeling that growth lately, and it's uncomfortable for them. Asi, imagine standing in a life that once felt predictable and suddenly realizing your heart wants something different. That realization alone can shake a person. But the universe doesn't send these awakenings without purpose. God is guiding something here. Your heart needs this right now, so listen to this. The decision your soulmate is facing is not just about whether to reach out to you or not. It's deeper than that. It's about whether they are brave enough to follow the truth they feel inside their spirit. And right now, they are standing right in the middle of that emotional crossroads. Some days they feel strong and certain that they can't ignore you anymore. Other days, fear whispers to them, telling them change is risky. But every time they try to choose fear, the universe sends another reminder, another angel number, another memory, another moment where your energy suddenly crosses their mind. Don't scroll. This message is for you, because at the same time this awakening is happening for them, something inside you has been shifting too. Maybe you felt waves of emotion lately without fully understanding why. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking about them when you weren't trying to. Maybe you've had that strange feeling that something important is about to happen, even though you can't explain it logically. That feeling is not random. When two souls are connected on a spiritual level, their energies often move in sync, even when they are apart. Your soulmate is beginning to feel the truth of this connection, and that truth is leading them toward a decision that could change both of your lives. Listen to this. Don't scroll. Because the moment they finally stop fighting what their heart is telling them, everything begins to shift. Conversations that seemed impossible suddenly become necessary. Feelings that were hidden begin to rise to the surface. And the story between you moves forward in a way neither of you fully expected. But here's the part the universe wants you to understand right now. Divine timing is always at work, even during the silence. Just because you can't see the movement doesn't mean it isn't happening. Behind the scenes, hearts are changing, courage is growing, and destiny is quietly aligning the next chapter of your story. And the reason this message found you today, the reason you felt drawn to listen instead of scrolling past, is because your soul already senses that something powerful is about to unfold. Don't scroll. Listen to this for a moment, because if you're still here, this message is reaching deeper than you expected. And your heart needs this right now. God wants you to understand something that most people around you cannot see yet. While you've been living your life, wondering if this connection was real, wondering if you imagined the intensity between you and this person, your soulmate has been going through a quiet transformation that they haven't told anyone about. This message is for you. Something inside them has been waking up slowly, like a light turning on in a room they didn't even realize was dark. At first it was subtle, a thought here, a memory there. But lately, those thoughts have become stronger, and the universe has been surrounding them with signs that are impossible to ignore. Don't scroll. Listen to this. And your soulmate has started noticing patterns that make them pause. They glance at the clock, and it reads 11:11. Later that same day, they see 2:22. Then again, 4:44 appears somewhere random. A receipt, a phone battery percentage, a license plate right in front of them at a stoplight. And every time those numbers appear, something inside their chest tightens for a moment, like their spirit is trying to tell them something important. Your heart needs this right now because those numbers are not just numbers. They are reminders from the universe that someone is connected to their path in a way they can't run from forever. And strangely enough, when those moments happen, your energy crosses their mind again. Don't scroll. This message is for you. They might be in the middle of something ordinary, driving to work, sitting at home, but walking through a store, and suddenly they remember the way you made them feel when you were near them. It catches them off guard every time, because they didn't plan to keep thinking about you like this. In fact, for a while, they tried very hard not to. They convinced themselves life would move forward easier if they just kept everything simple and predictable. But the soul doesn't work that way. When two people share a deep spiritual connection, the heart begins whispering truths that the mind tries to silence. And lately, those whispers have been getting louder for them. Listen to this. Don't scroll. Your soulmate has been having moments where they suddenly question the life they've been living. Not because everything around them is bad, but because something feels incomplete. You may not know this, but there have been nights recently where they sat quietly by themselves, replaying certain moments in their mind. Moments with you, conversations, eye contact. The strange sense of calm they felt around you that they couldn't explain to anyone else. Those memories keep resurfacing for a reason. Your heart needs this right now because those memories are not fading for them. They're becoming clearer. It's like their spirit is revisiting those moments again and again, trying to understand why that connection felt so different from everything else in their life. And the deeper they think about it, the more they realize something that both excites and scares them at the same time. You were never just another person in their story. Don't scroll. Listen to this carefully. You were the moment their soul recognized something familiar, something powerful, something destined. But here's the part that has made things complicated for them. Real soul connections don't just bring beautiful emotions, they bring truth. And truth has a way of shaking the life someone thought they had under control. Your soulmate has been realizing that some of the choices they made in the past were based on comfort, routine, and expectations from the world around them. But when they encountered you, something inside them woke up and started asking a dangerous question. What if the life I thought I wanted isn't the life my heart truly needs? This message is for you, so don't scroll. That question has been echoing in their mind more than they admit. They haven't spoken it out loud to the people around them, because saying it would make everything feel too real. But internally, as their spirit has been wrestling with that thought, your heart needs this right now, because this internal battle is the reason things may have felt distant or confusing between you lately. It's not because the connection faded. It's because the connection became too real to ignore. Listen to this. Sometimes when destiny begins moving people toward their true path, there is a period of emotional turbulence. Your soulmate has been experiencing that turbulence recently. Some days they feel certain that they can't ignore their feelings for you anymore. Other days, fear steps in and tells them it would be easier to keep everything exactly the way it is. But every time fear tries to win, the universe gently interrupts with another sign, another memory, another moment where your name crosses their thoughts without warning. Don't scroll. As this message is for you, something else has been happening too. Music. It might sound small, but pay attention to this. Your soulmate has heard certain songs lately that suddenly remind them of you. Maybe it's the lyrics. Maybe it's the emotion behind the voice. But when those songs play, they feel something shift inside them. They sit there for a moment longer than usual, listening carefully, because the message in the song feels strangely personal, as if the universe is speaking through the music itself. And during those moments, they realize something they can't easily dismiss anymore. The connection they feel with you is still alive inside their heart. Your heart needs this right now, because the decision they are approaching is not something they planned. It's something their spirit is leading them toward. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate has been standing at an emotional crossroads. One path represents the life they've always known, safe, predictable, comfortable enough to keep moving forward without disrupting anything. The other path represents truth, and truth often requires courage, because following the truth of their heart could change everything around them. Don't scroll. This message is for you. They know that choosing truth might mean having difficult conversations. It might mean admitting feelings they tried to hide. It might mean stepping into uncertainty instead of staying in familiarity. And that thought scares them more than they show. But at the same time, something inside them is becoming stronger every day. A quiet but powerful realization that ignoring their soul will never bring them peace. Your heart needs this right now, because your energy has become the mirror showing them that truth. They may not say it directly yet, but deep down they know you awakened something inside them that had been asleep for a long time. And once a soul wakes up, it can never fully go back to sleep again. Listen to this. Don't scroll. The universe has been preparing them for a moment of clarity, a moment where the confusion fades and the truth becomes undeniable. That moment hasn't fully arrived yet, but it is getting closer. You may feel it too. That strange sense that something important is approaching, even if you can't see the details yet. That feeling is your intuition recognizing the shift before it becomes visible. Because right now, behind the scenes of both your lives, something is aligning. Hearts are changing. Courage is growing. And the decision your soulmate is facing is slowly moving toward the moment where it can no longer be avoided. This message is for you. And if your spirit feels calm while hearing these words, it's because deep down, your soul already understands what the universe is preparing next. God says, your soulmate is facing a decision that will change everything. And if you're hearing this right now, don't scroll. Listen to this. Take a deep breath for a second and really let these words reach your heart, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now. Something important has been unfolding quietly behind the scenes of your life, and even though you may not fully see it yet, your spirit has been sensing it. You know, that restless feeling you've had lately. That moment when their name suddenly appears in your thoughts for no clear reason. The times you glance at the clock and see 1:11, 2:22, or 3:33. These are not random events passing through your day. Don't scroll. Listen to this carefully. The universe has been communicating with you in subtle ways, because the connection between you and your soulmate is reaching a turning point. And while you may feel like things have been quiet, or uncertain, or even confusing lately, what you cannot see yet is the internal battle your soulmate has been facing. This message is for you, because the truth is, their heart has not been at peace. In fact, the closer they get to understanding what this connection truly means, the more intense their emotions have become. And your heart needs this right now because they have been standing in a place where two different futures are pulling on them at the same time. One future represents the life they already know, the routines, the expectations, the responsibilities that have shaped their world for years. It's familiar. It's predictable. It feels safe enough to continue. But the other future, the one that includes you, feels different. It feels alive. It feels like something their soul recognizes, even if their mind can't fully explain it yet. And that realization has been shaking them in ways they haven't shared with anyone. Don't scroll. Listen to this. There have been nights recently where your soulmate sat alone in silence, thinking about everything they've experienced over the past months or even years. As they replay moments with you in their mind, conversations, laughter, the strange sense of calm they felt when they were near you. They remember things you said that seemed small at the time but suddenly feel significant now. And the more they think about those moments, the clearer something becomes. The connection they share with you never faded the way they hoped it might. In fact, it has grown stronger the more they tried to ignore it. This message is for you, because the truth is, they didn't expect this connection to follow them the way it has. They thought time would make everything simple again. They believed distance or distraction would help them move forward without questioning anything. But the soul doesn't forget what it recognizes. And your soulmate has begun realizing that the bond between you is not something ordinary life can easily erase. Your heart needs this right now because something else has been happening inside their spirit. They've started noticing how different they feel compared to the person they used to be. Situations that once seemed acceptable now feel heavy. Conversations that once felt normal now feel empty. Even the environment around them sometimes feels like it belongs to a version of themselves they're slowly outgrowing. And while they can't fully explain why this shift is happening, deep down they sense the truth. Meeting you awakened a part of their soul that refuses to go back to sleep. Don't scroll. Listen to this carefully. Awakening is not always a peaceful process. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Now, sometimes it feels like pressure building inside the heart. Sometimes it feels like standing in the middle of two worlds. The old life you've known and the new path your spirit is calling you toward. Your soulmate has been standing in that exact place lately. Some days they wake up determined to ignore these feelings and keep everything exactly the way it has been. But then something happens that pulls them back toward you again. Maybe they see the number 1111 just as they're thinking about the past. Maybe a random memory appears in their mind while they're doing something ordinary. Maybe they hear a song that suddenly reminds them of the emotions they felt when they were around you. And in those moments, their heart becomes quiet for a second as they realize something they've been trying to avoid. Their soul still recognizes you. Now, this message is for you, so don't scroll. The universe has been sending these reminders because your soulmate is approaching a moment where they must finally face what their heart has been telling them all along. And that moment feels closer than they expected. Your heart needs this right now because courage has been slowly building inside them, even if fear still tries to speak louder. Courage grows quietly at first. It begins as a thought they can't dismiss. Then it becomes a feeling they can't shake. Eventually, it becomes a truth they can't deny. And your soulmate is moving through that exact process right now. They are starting to understand that ignoring this connection might protect their comfort, but it will never bring them the peace their spirit is searching for. Don't scroll. Listen to this. The decision they are facing is not just about reaching out to you. It's about deciding whether they are ready to live honestly with their own heart. That kind of honesty requires bravery because it may mean changing things in their life that once seemed permanent. It may mean admitting feelings they once tried to hide. It may mean stepping into uncertainty in order to follow what feels real. And while that thought scares them, something inside them is beginning to realize that living without truth might be even more painful. This message is for you because your energy has been a powerful catalyst in their life. Whether you realize it or not, your presence forced them to see parts of themselves they had ignored for years. You showed them what it feels like when a connection is genuine, effortless, and spiritually aligned. And once someone experiences that kind of connection, it becomes impossible to fully forget it. Your heart needs this right now, because even though things may seem uncertain between you, the spiritual bond between your souls has not weakened. In fact, it has been strengthening quietly beneath the surface. Listen to this carefully. Sometimes the universe creates distance for a reason. Not to end a connection, but to allow both people to grow into the versions of themselves that are ready for the next chapter. During this time apart, both of your hearts have been learning important lessons. You've been learning patience, trust, and self-worth. Your soulmate has been learning courage, honesty, and emotional awareness. And now those lessons are slowly guiding both of you back toward the moment where your paths intersect again. Don't scroll. This message is for you. Because when that moment arrives, the energy between you will feel different, clearer, stronger, more intentional. The confusion that once surrounded the connection will begin to fade as truth takes its place. But before that can happen, your soulmate must finish facing the decision that stands in front of them right now. And the closer they get to that decision, the more the universe continues sending signs that remind them who their heart truly belongs with. Your heart needs this right now because the story between you is not finished. In fact, the chapter you're about to enter may be the one where everything finally begins to make sense. And the reason you felt drawn to this message tonight, the reason you didn't scroll past these words, is because your soul already feels the shift that is approaching. Something is changing. Something is awakening. And very soon, the truth your soulmate has been running from will become the truth they can finally embrace.